Ryback Show starts now. Welcome to the Ryback Show Monday Live. I am the big guy Ryback. Thank you guys for joining me. We're actually today, guys, on Stationhead finally, where I'd mentioned this many months ago, where you guys are allowed to call in. If you download the Stationhead app and follow me at Ryback, the Ryback Show is streaming on there right now live, where you guys can actually speak to me live and we can sync it with YouTube, I believe, also. This is kind of going to be the first test recording on this to see how this goes. I see we've got somebody in there saying, what is that, the old bot guy? Good evening, sir. What's going on, buddy? Hopefully you can let me know that everything is good on that end on the recording. I will go back and check, and I will be able to go back and forth between Ryback TV here with Twitch also, and on Twitter we're streaming as well, and then streaming live on the Big Guy Ryback 22 on TikTok as well. Super chats on here are brought up live, guaranteed to be answered on your super chats on Ryback TV. The other questions, I'll try to get to them. And what we're going to try to do is also, if we have guests that want to have a question, that want to be on the show, I will bring you on, and we could try to see how well this all works, because this essentially gives me the call-in show that I wanted, that we had to wait for them to implement the technology onto their web browser that will allow me to just do everything under one umbrella, how we record currently for this show. So I appreciate everybody being patient until we finally have gotten this. And as always, this podcast, available on all podcast platforms, iTunes, reviews are greatly appreciated, is brought to you by Feed Me More Nutrition, my premium supplement line sweetened with stevia and monk fruit, no harmful artificial sweeteners or colors, vegan friendly for men and women, available on feedmemore.com. You can save 20% exclusively from listening to this show, this podcast, with discount code RYBACKSHOW20, RYBACKSHOW20. You get 20% off your order. In the entire month of January, I am giving you guys a free pair of premium padded Feed Me More Nutrition Hungry Lifting straps here. You can see, you just select it after you put the items in your cart. You just select this as your free gift. I give you a free pair of lifting straps. There's not another supplement company out there, guys, companies in general, that will give you free gifts like we were. It's my way of saying thank you for trying and for buying our supplements, because we have an 80% returning customer rate. So it benefits me to entice you guys to try the supplements, because the majority of you that do try them keep coming back for more and more. And that's just one of the ways I say thank you, as well as with the discounts. You can sign up for my text message and email program, 1 message a week, no spam, thought of the week message of positivity, and exclusive discounts on the text and email programs, not made available anywhere else. We do BOGOs, buy one, get one free. We do 30%, 40% sales randomly, 25%. We give more free gifts on top of the free gift. So it's greatly beneficial to sign up to those programs as well. And for doing so, we give you an additional 25% off for signing up for the email and for the text message as well. So very beneficial. Spit it out, Junior. Very beneficial for you guys to sign up for those if you want to save on the best supplements on the planet. Thank you very, very much, guys. Good to see everyone. Happy New Year. Hope everyone's doing well. Busy day, great day for the big guy. And feeling good. Had a big workout today. Chest, neck, and abs. No cardio. I've been killing it on the conditioning and cardio. I've ordered my Stairmaster, my $6,000 Stairmaster, exactly like the one from the LVAC gyms, the Life Fitness Power Mill Integrity Series. It was a bitch trying to find one of these. I finally found one in great condition all the way back in New York. It's finally being shipped out. It should be here either end of the week or early next week. They have to crate that thing and pallet it up and send it out on the truck. And that's gonna be a real adventure getting that put in. I've got the spot ready for the gym. It's in the front of my gym though, which is the back if you come in through the garage, which I'm gonna have to move several things, heavy things, to get this. And then I've also gotten these Titan lever arms that go onto the platform, the squat rack, that you could do all these different cool exercises. And as I really kind of gear up to get ready with the wrestling stuff and get my shoulder and training at home more and more and more. And I go to the gym still and train because I got to get out of the house and do some things. But I like to train at home, and I'll sometimes go to the gym and do a partial workout, then come home, because it's good to be around. Like, you got to be around people at times. And I didn't like, I have my moments where I'm just going. And, but it's good to also get out. And let's be honest, Vegas in the gyms, the woman, I'm trying, what's the correct way to say this? There's a lot of beautiful women in the gym that just, if you're a man, it helps, because in your head, you think they're all looking at you, whether they are or they aren't, but it increases the energy. There's a psychological effect to that helps you have better workouts. Whereas, don't get me wrong, I love working out alone, but it's nice to sometimes get out, you know? What do we got? What do we got going on, guys? Questions do we have? Let me swing over to Stationhead real quick here. Good evening, sir. Sounds good. Welcome to Stationhead. OG's on this app in here. Buddy, I want to see, let me see how I could bring somebody into the chat and to talk, to see if it comes over on the YouTube. So that is there a way? I've got to figure this out. Good to see everybody. Jeremiah, thank you for swinging in on Stationhead. Everybody, if you want to be able to call in and talk to the big guy live here on the Ryback Show, it's going to be through the Stationhead app. Now, I just got to see how I could bring you guys in. Let me see if there's a way. You can click on a send request to go live. Let me see here. I'm not seeing it on this platform. I think if you guys send in a request to go live, if I remember correctly, because I can't remember. It's been so long since I've been on the app, and I believe the web version might be a little different than the app, in which maybe, manage guest. Let's see if that's, bear with me, guys, till I get this down. It's not letting me. I'm clicking on manage guest to try to bring people into the show, and it is not allowing me to do that, unfortunately. And I'm just seeing one other thing here. That may be a glitch on their end still, that they don't have this where the guests can actually come on the show. Good news is we can at least record on Stationhead, and we have the podcast available on there. But the whole point of being on Stationhead as well is for the call-ins. Not thrilled. I'm going to have to message my contact and see. Jeremiah, thank you. You said you've sent in a request as well. Yeah, the manage guest button is not bringing me to anything. The song request, nothing. There's a playlist button. I click on them, and nothing happens. I'm going to go back to YouTube. We'll try back here in a minute. All right, what do we got going on? Brian says, WWE messed up by letting you go. WWE did not let me go. I couldn't stand it. That match was up with people. Yeah, I don't know where you're getting your information, buddy, but I walked out. I left. I let my contract expire. I walked out on a multi-million-dollar contract. Do not believe the lies. And I always say, if everything I've ever said is checked out 100% every time. So you can, if you want to believe people that don't know, you're more than welcome. But nobody was fired. I don't know how many times we got to say it, and it is what it is. I appreciate you swinging over here. Super chat, William, starting off the super chats. Thank you for the money, my man. You rock. Sorry about your social media issues. It's sad when places like Twitter allow members of Al Qaeda to have an account but give you a hard time. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. What's going on with anything with Al Qaeda, but I do know I've been suppressed on all these accounts since 2016. You can look. You can just look at it and see. And then it's the common thing that people will say is they go, "Oh, you bought all your followers." I'm like, well, what about when these accounts before they became suppressed and I had amazing engagement and I had this following in a very quick amount of time. How come that all of a sudden just fell off? Where the followers, you know what I mean? And also, I'm the most followed wrestler on TikTok in under 2 years. That this account, or 2 years, whatever it's been on there, and no one's even close to me outside of The Rock. The Rock and Great Khali, but Khali is in India, so we could kind of give that. That's the whole country following him because he is the Rock of India. So the two people ahead of me are big time movie stars in their respective countries. Outside of that, I'm the number one most followed pro wrestler without being on TV in 5.5 years. So you have to say, and my impressions and engagement are much better on that platform. Still not happy with them, but much better than any other platform, right? With that, so you got to say, wait a second, how come he is that and he's popular on that, and people are very positive on that, but on Twitter, someone with 10,000 followers or 100 followers gets more impressions than him in engagement. It's the impressions, and that's because I'm not being seen. They only show my stuff to a very small amount of people, and it's going to be resolved. There's a lot of stuff I said going on behind the scenes I can't talk about, and I'm very confident that this is going to be an amazing year regardless. And I do believe that all of this will be rectified in time. But it sucks that these companies, they work with these partners, and I don't think I'm a threat to society. I think putting out information on health and fitness and supplementation and nutrition and positivity and entertainment and laughter is what the world needs more of. And, unfortunately, too, on Instagram, I'm shadow banned right now. I'm not being seen at all. January 11th will make 1 month that I've been shadow banned on Instagram. I'm not getting I'm not being seen at all on that platform. And that was because I believe I shared information in my stories relating to everything going on. And that was their way of saying, hey, stop sharing this information because now we are married to the big pharma and all these corporations, and we are pushing this agenda out. And it sucks. I stopped sharing the stuff. It's not worth it. If I can't be seen, it's bad. I'm talking hundreds of views only I lost 100,000 followers since I've been shadow banned on there. How does that even happen? I don't know. I went from it's actually more than that because I was almost about to hit 1.7 million. I all of a sudden dropped down to 1.5 million. I go, this is, it is what it is. Let's see. What else do we got going on? Thank you for the super chat, though, buddy. As always, super chats are guaranteed to be answered here on The Ryback Show. Thank you, buddy. Cowboy says, we need more workout videos. Keeps me motivated. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'll occasionally will post a clip and just film it for social media. I had a videographer I was using, and because I didn't realize how long this was going to take to get my health back. And then COVID and everything got delayed with my stem cells a year with that. But I realized in doing those workout videos, how far off I was from being right. And that my shoulder was so bad still. And it was not beneficial. Like when I was doing the training videos with Nick Best, that was the stupidest thing I could have done. That was insane. So stupid. No fault of Nick's, but he has no idea of understanding my injuries and what I'm training for. And I can't, this is why I'm very careful. I can't train around other people. I don't need people to push me. I push myself more than hard enough. I know what I'm doing, and I got it. That kind of stuff, it hurt me. It was hurting me. And I got out of it quick, but like filming and like it took so much time. And I'm so stretched out as it is with all the rehab and the scar tissue work that I'm doing and running Feed Me More Nutrition, getting my content done for this stuff, doing this show, doing the feeding time videos, taking care of Sophie and little guy. There's a lot, right? And on top of just in my training and staying in shape and trying to not lose my physical prowess and conditioning. And I would go and train over there. I'd be at this place for 4 or 5 hours and like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. I was like, I got to get my stuff done and keep rolling. And, so the workout videos, hopefully once I'm back and my shoulder is not an issue, And I can literally just knock. I can have it where it doesn't take any of my time outside of just recording the video. I think the workout videos will be back, but I've just, and I tell you this, I don't enjoy doing the workout videos as much. I'm a very private person. I like to just do my thing. And I feel like I like to talk about stuff, but when I'm working out, that's my time. And it it's something I really enjoy. But when I do the workout videos, I don't get to think, I don't get to zone out. I don't like being around weird videographers watching me work out. And so I go, why am I doing this? I don't care. It doesn't make me happy. So I kind of just gravitate to the things that bring me happiness. And I go, if somebody else enjoys doing that, cool. But I don't as much. And maybe not to say that at some point I might every once in a while. But yeah, man, I get it though. And I understand. What else do we got going on? Brandon says, I don't get alerts for any of your lives anymore. Just make sure you got the notifications on. But YouTube is the channel has been heavily suppressed over here as well. These are my lowest numbers. Our follower count has gone from double digits down to 2.5 thousand a month. That's about to drop under 2,000. And I don't know. And we've been hovering around 400,000. We're at 391,000 subscribers. But my subscriber to listener rate is absolutely atrocious. And I don't there's nothing, videos still do okay. Some do okay, but none of them do, nowhere near what they should for the following. But that's kind of par for the course with all social media as far as it relates to me. Appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. Mikey, hello, buddy, over on TikTok. Hope everyone's doing good. We've got about 550 people live over on TikTok. That's where we do the best. We typically do anywhere from 25. We've gone all the way up to 75,000 listeners a show, but we usually average anywhere, I'd say, in the 30 to 40,000 mark on TikTok, and that fluctuates. Sometimes it's 25,000, but we do very good numbers on TikTok for the Ryback Show. So super appreciated. Cowboy with another super chat. You're a busy dude. Keep up the hard work. Respect. Thank you, buddy. I'm glad you understand. And I hope it's something that down the road, and once I'm like healthy and like I could really lift like the weights I want to lift and not, it will I think here and there it could be something that could be done, but not something doing it every week will too much. Yeah, YouTube actively suppresses channels they don't like, and it's a matter of I think it's more, and this is everything. It's what I'm dealing with WWE as partners with all of them. I know some people don't want to believe that, or that there was a reason why they tried to get me to hand over all my social media when I left, and they're partners with all these companies, and it's a perception thing on their part. But like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, and I'm going to win everything, and it's going to be all good. Am here to calm my nerves and I just became a father to twins, and not gonna lie, Ryback, I'm scared as hell. Any advice, sir? Well, one, I don't have kids, but I have two dogs, and Sophie has disc disease, and it takes up a tremendous amount of time. But if there's a will, there's a way. And I believe that if you prioritize things in your life and find a way to improvise, that you will still be able to live your life and do the things you want to do. And there's going to definitely be some adjustments in there. I don't know your situation. I don't know, there's a lot that goes into what your situation is. But I put out a thing the other day. Life is about trying, right? And we get out of life what we put in. And life is about trying. We got to try to get to the gym or workout. We got to prioritizing, but we got to try. We got to make an effort. Essentially, we got to be #hungry, right? So you got to understand. You have to know what your priorities are with when you have your twins. So I would assume your twins are going to now be the priority. And then you got to do, okay, what do I need to do to be there for them and to take care of them? I've got to work. I've got to be able to provide financially. I need to take care of myself. I need to eat as good and clean as possible so I have as much energy. I might not get as much sleep. I need to have as much energy as possible, right? I've got to make time, whether that's training at home every day or setting aside a period of time if you have a girlfriend or wife that is can watch, when you can go get a workout session is. You got to essentially prioritize all this stuff and map it out a little bit, man. And then you got to execute it daily. But the good news is that one, your life goes from not having twins, right? And then your life goes to having twins, but there's an acclimation period and a period of adjustment, and you will get better with time. You just go one day at a time. You try to do your best one day at a time. And I know this not from having twins, but doing a lot and having a lot on my plate. There's days where you're going to feel overwhelmed and like it's the end of the world, and you don't know how you're going to do it. You're going to wake up the next day though, and you're going to be like, "Oh, that wasn't so bad." And but you got to just one day at a time, man. And you got to just look at it. There's been a tremendous amount of people that have succeeded with twins prior to you. So it can be done, right? And let's be honest, things could be a lot worse. What is it? The what is the woman that had? Is it octuplets? What's the for the oct? What's the for when she had 8 kids at once? Well, someone put it's ox something. I can't remember. I remember it on the People magazine, and I go, Jesus, can you imagine that, father? Just living your life, and all of a sudden, 9 months later, you're raising 8 kids. Exactly. Time management. Detective knows. Yeah, having a baby definitely. I'll be and when you have a kid, your life changes. There's no. I see it with all the people that I know that have kids. And I can only speak from having a dog with disc disease who is like the amount of time that it takes. I would say it's even harder because she needs constant care and that it doesn't change. She doesn't get older. She's my dog, and she's going to be the same from 2 years old to how she's over 6 now. We're going on 4 years of this, and it's constant care and monitoring her. But I've adjusted. It's way easier now than it was on day one. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. I would say you've seen me win a lot of matches. Cowboy, my Instagram is the big guy Ryback22. It is currently shadow banned. You have to type it in exactly all the way through for it to even pop up, and then they're going to give you a warning that I am a repeat offender of community guidelines and sharing information that they're fact checkers, which is opinions, and been proven in court to only be their opinion that goes against their fact checkers repeatedly, which wasn't. There was 2 stories that I believe on there that they thought in relation to everything going on. And then the 2 posts that they flagged for harassment and bullying were 2 comedy posts that are still under review since mid-December that aren't harassment and bullying. So I don't harass or bully anyone on social media. So it's they're leaving it under review until the shadow ban is over for 30 days. I have a feeling, and if this goes any longer than 30 days, there's gonna really have some. They're gonna be trying a lot of different things to get that fixed. That account is dead right now. My Instagram account is dead. Still sharing over there, but it's dead. Modest, I'm very sorry. Our pets are just they are family. They are loving, the most loving creatures on the planet. I believe. dogs can teach us so much, and um, just the most loving. Yeah, octuplets. I think I was octuplets. It's not octuplets. Octuplets. Jeez, what a situation that is. 8 kids. That would be that would be. I would have to get like baby hangers in the garage that where I could hang all 8 kids so that I could train in the gym, and I'd have to be like going from like feeding them to like get a set in. I would find a way to make it work, but I would do baby hangers in the gym. The whole on the whole side of the wall, I would have nice, comfortable, padded little thing with the babies, and then that way I could train and at least stay in shape while taking care of them for the rest of the day. I would say, Jeremiah, I'm probably interested in all of it. I think the energy will be the one thing that I thrive off of and always have. I love energy, and that is something that pro wrestling is better than anything at it providing. So I'm really looking forward on that end of things. But Uh, let's see. I'm back over on Stationhead. Yeah, I'm hoping they get this fixed. I know that I don't know what the deal is over here. That I know on the app you could pull up people, and I did it before when I did, but I don't use the app because I stream everything through the Apple laptop here, but the and I stream live on with my phone on TikTok. But they said they just finally got this going because before I couldn't do this prior while recording on YouTube where it was all connected. Um, but I'm gonna have to message her to see if they can add that because that's the whole point of why I want to be on Stationhead is to be able to have people call in and talk live to be able to share it on all the platforms outside of obviously TikTok is not connected to the audio through the headset. So that would be the only one where they wouldn't be able to hear, but they will be able to hear my response to questions. Gaming, I hope everything goes well. It's definitely a challenge, no doubt. And and having a 9-year old and hopefully they're able to help out and find a way to make it work one day at a time. And positivity and laughter are two things that greatly help things I find that have always helped me when I am facing challenging situations. What else do we have going on today? Do we take a question from TikTok today? Or again, good to see you over on TikTok. Thank you for joining me on the Ryback Show. Good to see everybody. Is Roman okay? I'm not. I saw that they said that Roman had COVID, so I would assume he's going to be 100% okay, as majority of people are that do get it, especially now. Hayden asked, "Are you planning on having any collabs with any other YouTubers in the future?" I'm sure at some point. I don't. There's nothing that really interests me right now of doing anything. I kind of just stick to my routine. My getting my shoulder to 100% or as close to it as possible is my number one goal, and it has been for a very long time. As well as feed me more nutrition, and this kind of stuff all fits fit in where it gets fit in, and I go and I go and I go and I go. But that is my. I spend hours a day getting the shoulder, and it's. I can't expect you to understand, but it's you got to understand how much time things take, and it's just not something that with to until my social media gets fixed. I stay very busy and very active. But I learned I'm not going to put in all this effort to stuff that's not being distributed outside of taking time away from other things that are more important at the moment for me. The next feeding, I'll get to my nose in a second. The next feeding time, I just did one today, this afternoon, Chipotle. It's going to be dropping tomorrow morning here on Ryback TV. Is the new Chipotle plant-based chorizo. It's brand new, day one. It just came out, so I'm getting this video up very early for the review of the new Chipotle plant-based chorizo burritos. Dos, mi amigos, two chorizo burritos. That will be the feeding time going up tomorrow morning. I believe probably 9:30 a.m., maybe 10 a.m., right around there Pacific time tomorrow. So check out, stay tuned for that. Good to see everybody. We've got another super chat here. Hey, Jason. I have no idea, buddy. I don't talk to those guys anymore. And I've talked about that, and I wish them all the best. Negative, very down. That was, and I just wish them nothing but the best. But I've learned to protect my energy and myself. And, I knew the one guy for many years, but just very negative. And I just don't have time for it. And I even tried communicating, like, well, let's have more positive conversations. And it wasn't happening. And I just felt like it was best just not to have any contact. And the other one, I didn't know him all that well outside of doing the show. And that was a period where I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to do on the show. And it was probably the worst version of the podcast. It wasn't, it is what it is, So, but I know some of you guys, it wasn't like horrible or anything, but it was just more, not as productive. It brought everything down, in my opinion, with that. And so, like I said, I'm just very careful, very selective of the people who, and as I get older, I learn that more and more, especially with success and having big goals and mindset. And I'm very big on this. You learn this, and then you see people that don't quite have that mindset and have that drive and that desire and that positivity, and you just go, I don't wish them any harm or any negativity, nothing bad. But I don't want that in my circle. So that's it. Yeah, Jose, the No Evil Chicken is great. I actually got to order some more of that. I haven't had that in a bit. I've been doing the Guardian beef crumbles so damn much. I need to order a bunch of the Comrade chicken, cluck chicken with No Evil. That is some of the best macronutrients. Makes it really easy to eat. How you eat that whole serving of that, you get 100 grams of protein with that. Most people probably only eat 25, 50, but for me, doing my 3 meals and a shake a day, I'm aiming for 80 to 100 grams per meal to get my high protein in for the day. Yeah, I keep in contact with a few wrestlers and guys, and just here and there, and then other guys message them here and there, and it's just, you know, that's such a broad question. Is there any pole workouts that I recommend? I don't. I mean, everything works and nothing works, man. I mean, you got to just go. I train pretty much out. I do my conditioning with my workouts, but I do back day. I tend to do one major muscle group a day outside of when I do like my forearms, my abs, or my traps twice a week, and things like that. But like back day, chest day, arm day, leg day, shoulder day, and then I add things in with those on top of all the conditioning and everything. So. Thank you about the wrestling report show. Yeah, again, I don't think I don't think it's beneficial for me to like. I think it's cool to talk with this. I find in anybody in the wrestling journal in that I find that they're looking for clickbait content constantly, and I just think it's um and being, and I just don't, I didn't think it was beneficial to me long term with that. And it just, I don't mind answering questions on here, but it's more not just all wrestling, right? So, and where if it's something, and a lot of that stuff, and quite frankly, especially when you're just giving opinions on things that happen, even if 99% positive, they take the 1% and they try to that, and it's just like I don't care for that, and being around that, and you never know what they're, who, when you're recording with someone, if they're looking for a certain answer on something and asking a certain question that you normally wouldn't talk about. And so that's why I don't do a lot of the wrestling. I don't do hardly pretty much any of them, right? Wrestling interviews is they just have done all of them to begin with. There's only so much you could talk about. I'm not active in it. So it's just going to be repeating stuff over and over, which occasionally do here because there's people that don't know, but they're not fun for me to do anymore. And so it's like I just kind of stay away from it. We got another super chat here. Joshua Purdy, thank you very much, buddy. Coffee money. Who is your favorite wrestler to work with and why? I don't have a favorite wrestler. I enjoyed working with so many guys, and I think that's oftentimes people, they're like, well, who's the best, or who's the favorite? I think wrestling is so broad. It's physical acting. First of all, I had matchups with I enjoyed pretty much everybody that I wrestled with the exception, and then I've already talked about it. I'm not gonna. There's one person that I didn't care to wrestle. I thought they just were lazy and didn't put any effort in to things, and it is what it is with that. But the majority of people, pretty much everybody, was top notch to work with, and fun, and had a blast. And Cena, even though personally had issues with behind the scenes, and everything on his end pretty much with that. And then until I saw him act a certain way with a few things, and then, but he was a lot of fun to work within the ring, and that because, and I learned a lot, as far as crowd control, with that I was able to take for me, that has worked beautifully, incorporated into my stuff. So, um, but everybody, I don't like, it was so many great guys to wrestle. The wrestling industry isn't targeting my social media. It's WWE, and they are not the entire wrestling industry. And it's legal. But it's illegal what they're doing. And people can say no, it's not. It is. It is illegal. But this is all being worked out right now with the attorneys, and it's going to work out. I'm going to win everything. And I've seen people make comments. They go, Ryback's been blackballed from wrestling. I go, how is it that I've been gone and I left on TV? I walked away and have been more transparent than anyone on exactly what's been going on with my injuries and legally what has gone on. And I've won everything, by the way. So how full of shit can I be if I've won everything? Right. But they go, oh, he's been blackballed by the industry. I go, no, only issue is with WWE. I talk great about pro wrestling 99.9% of the time. So I'm like, what do you, people just come up with things. And I was like, they just completely ignore everything that's gone on. And they think that like, I'm not wrestling because I'm not welcomed anywhere. And I go, I'm telling you, I swear to God, they don't know what they're talking about. And we'll leave it at that. So, but it's not the entire industry. It's WWE. Good to see all of you guys too. Thank you for swinging in. Cowboy, another super chat workout advice. Full body or split, how many days? Brother, that's up to you. That depends. I always say you got to, so working out, I go really, really hard. I take one full day off when I do my 24-hour fast. And other than that, I'm going. And weights typically now with the shoulder are about 4 days a week, but cardio and conditioning 6 days a week, and hard conditioning to stay in shape, like with Stairmaster, jump rope. No burpees right now. I've toned down on the burpees so my shoulder is we get this remaining scar tissue, because I don't like doing more push-ups outside of the chest day, because I like today was chest day, which is the hardest day on my shoulder, until this final scar tissue is broken up. But you got to put your training split dependent on your goals. That there, only you know that you, and there's nothing wrong with trying different routines for a certain period of time, but there's what I do may not be good for you because it doesn't fit with where you're at and what your routine needs to be with your current lifestyle and your goals. That's something, and I'm just going to leave it at this, like everything works. Being active and going to the gym works. And then what you do, it's your mindset going into the gym on how confident you are in the workout that you're doing is producing the results. And you're seeing those results by doing the work and knowing that it's translating into the areas of your life that you want it to translate into, right? So that's where you got to do that and then adjust and see. And you do that by you try a workout. Do you want to do 3 days a week where you do upper body, and a lower body? For those that upper body one day, lower body the second day, upper body a third, Monday, Wednesday, Friday split. Do you want to do cardio and conditioning, just cardio? Do you have injuries? There's so many variables into what you need to do. Do you want to do 5 days a week? Do you want to be in there every day? Depends how much free time you have, right? There's so much. And that's where I say just set aside the time that you can make and go try stuff. I came to without I didn't have the internet at first when I first started training. I didn't have any books. I just started just doing stuff. And then I came across stuff as I got older, and then we had the internet, and I found some of the Arnold workout encyclopedia, and I was able to start like practicing this stuff and getting better at it. But the key is in this is you have to find what works best for you, and only you can answer that. And there's not one person out there that could say this is exactly what you need to do just based off of that like question and that layout. Figure out how many days you want to train. And recovery and rest is very important. I suggest at least giving yourself 1 to 2 days off of weights per week on that, and adjusting and listening to your body. And if you're hurt and you don't feel good on a certain day, don't train, don't lift that day. Find a way to do something activity wise. But you gotta it comes through experience and listening to yourself and in time with that. Thank you, Joshua, very much, buddy. Everything's going to work out just fine. It's definitely frustrating, but it's been going on for so long. I'm immune to it at this point. Why does Becky Lynch work so hard to be Conor McGregor? I think I've never thought that. I think she's just, she's arguably is one of the most popular wrestlers on the show, so she's doing something right. Oftentimes, fans always like to just say people are replicating things. We hear it all the time, everybody on different things, and you're just like, whatever. John got shell shocked out of Rybackville. He'll be back. I'm sure has 24 accounts. Swing back over. I highly recommend though, guys. We're gonna hopefully have this up. We're on Stationhead. Download the Stationhead app. It's free. And follow me on there at Ryback. And I'm hoping we'll be able to do the call-ins with you guys. Once they get that fixed, I'm going to send them a message and see. Maybe I'm missing something on here. Let's see. Hold on. No, it would be under this manage guest button. I know, and for whatever reason, the manage guest button, unless I click on, we have one listener here. Let me see. One guest, and it won't let me. Yeah, we're gonna have to get that taken care of to see. Hopefully, we could do the call-ins. Yes, I am a full vegan. I've been vegan. It's going on. I think we are approaching 16 months here. At the end of this month, it will be, or the middle or end of this month, it will be 16 full months of being vegan. And I was vegetarian for a year prior, but doing my cheat meal usually once a week for Ryback TV, eating. And then it was shortly after I did that McDonald's $3,500 challenge. I felt so sick and bad because I wasn't eating that stuff. But that happened to me multiple times. I actually got really sick also early on doing the Wendy's spicy chicken nuggets. And I think I ate like 40 or 50 of them. And I was so nauseous. And I didn't realize it that it was because my body was already adapting to not eating animal products. And then all that fried, greasy, uh, just the batter with that with all that animal the just low quality chicken nuggets from Wendy's. I was so sick after that, and it took a while for me to go. I can't do this anymore. It's not even my just listening to my body. That I go, there's no way that I should be getting this sick. And it was even on things that where I wasn't eating enormous portions, and I just go, I'm throwing out all this every week, and eventually just made the switch, and I've never felt better. Just in all areas of life, the greatest decision I've ever made. Throw another shell shock here on my man, shell shocked out of Rybackville for life. Thanks for playing, buddy. Hope you enjoyed the scenery, but you're not welcome back. Jirexify, that is the feeding time video for tomorrow morning. I had that today, actually, and it is amazing. I will watch a little bit of wrestling. I usually watch a couple matches every night. I've got the Monday Night Football game on, watching Big Ben play in case it's his last home game in Pittsburgh. We'll have to wait and see. Um, but I was a big Steelers fan though for many years when Jerome Bettis was there, and I'm really getting back into football a lot more. I was always into football a lot, and then once I got signed into the WWE, after I watched it all that season in Deep South Wrestling. I would watch every Sunday on my off day from training, and usually hungover. And then when I went to OVW, I started watching wrestling as much as possible in my free time, and studying matches. And now I was like, I go, why I miss it. I'd watch the Super Bowl every year. I'd watch some games, but I try to I put it on Sundays, even if I'm not watching the games like all the way through. I have it on, sit and watch maybe a quarter here and there, watch a few drives, go back to doing my stuff, and I've really enjoyed it. Uh, yeah. So again, so here's the deal, and this is a good thing. You go, I like you and think you're genuinely a good dude, but you're misinformed about the V's. You don't have to take them, but don't undermine them. Rogan and Robert are not scientists. Yeah, unfortunately, the people that are very corrupt, and I'm not undermining all of them. I've always been pro-choice, but these have no long-term research, and there are a lot of side effects, and that not everything is being distributed evenly. And honestly, for people to make an informed decision, I have friends I actually have friends whose husbands have died, multiple from this. And then other people I'm acquaintances and know that have friends that they have died after getting it. So there's nothing you could say that is, and I would say I am more than informed to know that what is being portrayed is not correct. And those guys, Joe is doing God's work right now and informing people on all of this. And as you can tell, those things, by the way, those things are not the answer to any of this. Well, that you want to know what the answer is? Not being out of shape, not having comorbidities, not eating all this junk food all the time, learning proper nutrition, fruits, vegetables, go vegan, supplementation, all of this. There's a reason why healthy, strong people that adhere to this are not the ones going. It's the people that have fallen victim to capitalism for bad and that are on all these other drugs and all these other things, right? And I've always been pro-choice on all of that, but those are not the answer to everything, especially when there's no long-term research and all the preventative care is being thrown out the window to begin with. And that is something that you're being extremely ignorant on if you don't look at that with common sense and go, why are they hoarding all the ivermectin and all these things that actually work? They work. They work. And why hasn't our government and all these people, why haven't they given the people all the tools they need to prevent this to begin with? And it's all financial. And anyone, it sucks that there's people out there, and I'm going to just call you out that you're defending it. And you got to wake up to it, man. You got to wake up to it. And nobody's saying that stuff should not be forced on anyone. And it's causing more problems than good with all of it. So you're entitled to think what you want to think, but I just don't think you're being honest with yourself on the entire situation, because you don't even know. I'm not anti, I'm pro-choice on that, but those have no long-term research on it at all. They don't. Daniel Wood says, I ordered some of your GTS sleep formula off of Amazon for Christmas, and I've been pretty impressed with the results thus far. So thanks, Ryback. You're very welcome, man. And the stuff works. It's I take it an hour typically before bed every most nights. And like I'll be taking it tonight for sure because I had a coffee, which I don't usually do a coffee at this point. I usually do a decaf if I do. And I did a coffee today. I got up really early, so. Yeah, I've read Fiber Fueled. Great book. I'll probably listen to it again. But I always hit though. I'm honestly between that target of 38 to 50 grams of fiber a day, and that is spot on. I believe that is the one thing most people are missing from their diets. And that greatly shifts us into a better state of health. I don't believe in mental health issues for me. And I'm not saying I can't speak for everybody. I mean, I just think that, like I said, it's a mindset. And when you have a certain mindset, you just refuse to let that stuff ever. You just refuse. You refuse to let it be a thing. People get sad. People get depressed. People get down. We're born. We die, and a lot of good stuff happens, and a lot of bad stuff happens. Life is our mindset. Life, heaven, and hell exist in our mind and how we choose to go about our life and how we choose to view it, and whether we choose to be a victim or we choose to say nope, I'm going to be a survivor. I'm going to thrive. I'm going to prosper. I'm going to try. And it's self-talk. It's the information that you put in your head every day. It's the choices that you make, the food that you put in your body. And if you're doing all these things and doing these things that are counterproductive, then you can have mental health issues because it's the mindset ain't right. And that's in the people, and I've seen this with the most successful, happiest people in the world have come from the biggest struggles. So we already know it can be done. So it's just choose. You got to say, no, I'm not gonna let this be my story. I'm gonna try. Life is about trying. I write that down. I have it on my board in my gym. Life is about trying. #hungry. You pick what you want to try on. If you don't want to try on it, you deal with the repercussions. I've actually come across a new author from a friend that Walter Russell, who I believe The Secret, Rhonda Byrne and The Secret. It's called this. It's a book I just bought off Amazon called The Secret. Is it The Secret of Light or The Secret Light? I think it's The Secret of Light. And then there's two other books by him that I'm going to be getting as well. And essentially, it's very law of attraction based. Of we are one energy. And again, mindset on that. And a friend recommended him, and it's Walter Russell readings, or some of his books go for like $500 online. The stuff has been suppressed for many years, and I believe though The Secret got a lot of stuff from him, from what I'm already seeing and reading, which is all right down my alley with all of that. Exactly, cowboy. Life is about trying. #hungry. That's why I say I'm not just in the supplement business. I'm in the mindset self empowerment business. Everything I've had and overcome in my life is through my mindset, in which is a combination of that supplementation, nutrition. It's what we put in our body. Life is energy. What we consume is energy. So we need to put the cleanest, best energy through our minds, through our bodies, the food and drinks that we consume, right, as consistently as possible. Christian, I've since you called me Goldberg, I've jackhammered you out of Rybackville down a pit of spikes. Save a shell shock for a Ryback, Mark. Thank you very much, Matt. You're very welcome, buddy. I like learning from you guys as well. There's people that make recommendations in here that I'm always greatly appreciative of. What else do we have going on? We'll try to get to a couple more questions before we wrap up tonight's Ryback show. Appreciate all the love and support, all the diamonds over on TikTok. Thank you guys very much. Again, subscribe, guys. Go download the Stationhead app. We will be doing call-ins where you guys could talk to me live. If whether you're a fan, whether you hate me, you guys can actually go. You don't got to be seen. You can go one-on-one with the big guy here on the call-in part of the show on Stationhead. Joshua says, any recommendations for me trying to get back on the independent circuit? Again, you got to have, if you have any context, try to get on one show, man. Pick a show that you want to get on and find a way to get on it. And, and if it's just a hobby and you just want to wrestle here and there, you just got to I just think you figure out, well, look at the shows. What shows are there? What shows are possible for you to do? And then you reach out and you try to get on the show. And maybe you don't get booked as a wrestler or something, but you get to go, and then you got to be. I would say you want to be training. You want to make sure that you're ready to go, putting in that work on that end, right? And if not, don't do it. Good question. Best way to get extra protein for vegetarians or vegans? So adding the right things and having a very diverse diet in there. I do think the plant-based meats are fantastic. They're not necessary to eat a high protein diet. I do think having a plant protein, we have our ISO Hungry plant powered protein. I have one shake a day, which is 21 grams of protein. I do 4 scoops, which is 84 grams, and I do about a serving of peanut butter, and then I usually put a tablespoon or 2 of raw cacao powder in there as well, which is a gram of protein. So I'm getting anywhere from 94 to 96 grams of protein right there on that one shake a day. And I throw a banana in there as well for that, which I had after my workout today because I did my Chipotle food video prior. But things like organic hemp hearts, organic fortified nutritional yeast, organic chia seeds, having those things, having a thing of mixed nuts and pistachios. And then what you do is, I think having some of the things like the No Evil Comrade chicken, the Gardein plant-based beef crumbles, those things are very low fat, low carbs, and high protein. So you could do a couple servings, of the beef crumbles. You're getting 36 grams of protein in that, and 174 grams of the 2 servings of the beef crumbles. I know this because I measure this out every day. Pinto beans, black beans, 10 grams of protein per serving. You add a serving or 2 of you do 2 servings of a plant-based meat, right? There's 36 grams. You do 1 serving, 125 grams of beans in there with that. Hold on. We're going to shell shock my man out of here one more time. Thanks for playing. Meat hooks you first on that, though. Shell shocked out of Rybackville. So you got 2 servings of the plant-based meats. That's 36 grams of protein. A serving of pinto beans or black beans. Just say we'll do 1 serving, 10 grams. It's 46 grams of protein. That alone right there is more than enough for most people. But wait. We're talking about the big guy here. More protein for the big guy. You do a serving of hemp hearts. You're getting your omega-3s and a little bit of omega-6s with that. Very healthy fats that are essential that we need. 10 grams of protein. You're now up to 56 grams of protein. You go, but wait, there's more. You do a serving of chia seeds, 5 grams of protein. You're getting a ton of fiber. Very beneficial fiber in that as well. Now you're up to 61 grams of protein. You go, wait, I want to do 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast as well. 12 grams of protein. Wait, is that 12? Yep. 12 grams extra of protein, 73 grams of protein right there. And you mix it all together, maybe put a little water in there. You want to throw some vegetables in there, some more things, feel free based on the micronutrients that you get. But that right there is how you do it. You mix and match foods. You learn the entire spectrum of foods that we have available, right? You know, I have things like hummus in my refrigerator that I do when I do my vegetables at night, and I'll do a few servings of mixed nuts, maybe a little bit of air pop popcorn on that. But you do a serving of you do 3 servings of nuts. That's 18 grams of protein in that. 3 servings of air pop popcorn with a little plant-based butter is another 12 grams. That's 28 grams of protein in that alone right there. And then I'll do my vegetables, and oftentimes at night I'll do a thing of spinach and kale with the nutritional yeast and hemp hearts and get another 40 grams of protein really easily with that if I do that. And always easily over 300 grams, usually around 350 every day. And that's high protein for vegan. And I've gotten really good at just learning all the foods and doing a diverse diet. I can do very low carbs very easily. I know I've learned how to manipulate my carbs and adjust my nutrients on that. And it's, you just gotta just kind of start doing it, and you pick it up pretty quick. It's hard until you start doing it. Then you go, oh, this is way easier than I ever would have thought, because you step outside of what you knew. I used to be, well, where's the chicken and steak, and that's it. Like, oh, maybe a little bit of that, and I'm good, right? No, you learn you can do all these other foods and get all the other nutrients that we actually need with it and feel way better. And it's a way better thing, man. Iron Paradise, great question. How would somebody eat vegan on a budget? Should go to a nutritionist to find out your best options for optimum health. I always think it's very beneficial if you're very unaware of what to consume, to make sure that you're getting all the micronutrients that you need and things. I think too, though, you do a whole food multivitamin with that. And again, you're if on a budget, but you look at things and you do in a mixture of like maybe brown rice and black rice. You get the pinto beans and black beans. And when you buy these things in bulk, go to the store and buy them from the bins, the organic rather than the packaged, you will be amazed at how much money you save. I make all my beans and rice every week in a big pot. I soak the beans for a day, and I cook a big pot of beans for the week every week. Takes a few hours to do all this, but you can do other things while it's cooking. You do a little meal prep, and this kind of stuff can last you. You can find canned foods as well, low sodium, or you rinse them out really good. You buy them in bulk with this stuff, right? You will be amazed at how cheap you can eating clean if you do this right. But I do think it is beneficial. I am not a doctor. I am not a professional nutritionist. I know things based off my experience that have helped me tremendously, but I am a performance. I've learned what works for me, and what works for me, it might not work for everybody else. And I can't sit there and tell you got to hit this, and this amount. A nutritionist, and specifically a vegan nutritionist, will be able to help you, tell you the foods that you need to be eating, and then you could go figure out how you could buy these in bulk. But buying in bulk and not buying processed foods as much, I'm telling you, it's cheaper. I spend less on groceries now than I ever did though I was eating animal products. And because I would buy more processed foods as well, rather than cooking stuff and making it, just because I was always on the go. And I go, wait, I don't need to do that anymore. And I never needed to do that to begin with. But that's kind of how we're conditioned on things, and just based on the times that we live in. Another shell shock out of here. Let me take one more little peek at Stationhead here. See if I could fix something here. Yeah, I'm going to send them a message, and we'll everyone go add the Stationhead app though, listening to this, and hopefully this is resolved within this week, and we'll be able to take in the live calls on Stationhead as well. I am at Ryback on Stationhead. Please follow the account, download the app, and follow me on there. It's free. And we'll be doing the live call-in portion of the show on there with that. As always, guys, this show is brought to you by Feed Me More Nutrition. Save 20% with discount code RYBACKSHOW20, RYBACKSHOW20 on feedmemore.com. You get the free Feed Me More Nutrition lifting straps. There's 2 of them. Padded lifting straps the whole month of January as your free gift. Just select that when it pops up on your in your cart after you select your items on there, guys, on feedmemore.com. Enjoy the night. Enjoy some pro football, a little pro wrestling. We'll be back on, hopefully get a few recordings in this week here for the Ryback Show. Have a good evening. And until next time, my friends, stay hungry. Feed me more.